Who is J. Roddy?
That's me.
The singer.
Yeah.
Dude, amazing voice, but how do you keep that voice, like, on the road? Like, what do you... While these guys are partying it up, you're probably in an ice pack or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Mainly, it's pneumonia, mainly. Keep your chest cold.
But how do you even know you can get your voice to do that when you just start singing it as a kid? You singing the favorite tunes or something? And...
Yeah, I was the worst singer in choir, for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You need that rebellious crap. Are you a fan of AC/DC, Bon Scott and Brian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
yeah, they
definitely.
get it up there.
Love all that.
But you guys got an extraordinary sound. It's just so great. It's unique in nowadays world of nothingness. You know, it's not some guy with a laptop and you know, painted on eyebrows, giving your daughter ecstasy. You know, it's us giving their daughter ecstasy. It's fine. Now you, how long you guys been together?
Excuse me. Getting choked up here.
You guys, could one of you guys answer? I got the guy have a break. Could you do one thing?
Yeah. The band sort of in name and sort of idea has been around for a pretty long time, like 11 years. But,
right.
Sort of, the three of us have been together for like 7?
I've been 8 with you.
8?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Steve's 7.
We celebrate every year to make it through. Is that like wood? What's the wooden anniversary? Is that 5?
I think it's 5.
Wooden.
1.
We're celebrating the wooden anniversary.
Special time.
John and I are having our balsa wood coming up. How long? So you've been together and you've been on the road constantly?
Yeah, pretty much. Except, I mean, the last year we kind of took off to write. This record. But that's kind of the first time we've taken off. How
often do you do that? Do you have a cycle that you always follow, or, you know, just when you feel new material coming on, you go, guys, got to take a break, hold up on booking new gigs, we need time to write, or do you write on the road?
No, he doesn't write on the road.
No, I don't write on the road. Basically, yeah, we were just touring and touring like crazy, like 5 or 6. Even on the last record, we kind of just basically took a break to record the record and then just started taking it off again.
Right.
And then finally, 2.5, 3 years after that, it was just like, we have to stop. We have to write new songs. We're about to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Like,
and the reason that you don't want to write on the road is what? You just don't feel like it's a natural...
we're in like the dirtiest van and sleeping in a bed next to each other. It's like it's not very inspiring.
Yeah.
As a comic, you know, I can run. That's all right. Don't worry about it. As a comic, I can relate to needing that new material constantly. Because if you tour, some guys can do it, I guess, because they just have their spirit's been ripped out of them, so they just will do the same material forever. But after a while, like I'm getting ready to tape another special, and the stuff that I'm doing, I got to keep doing every night because I want it to be real tight for the special. But it's the same hour basically for the last 2.5 years, and I am ready to. I want to throw myself off a balcony because I can't stand the material anymore. And now I'm at the point where I'm not sure I even liked it when I began doing it. Like, I can remember liking it, but the audience still laughs because I'm doing it like a robot.
Right.
But, I just I got to get rid of it. You know you're a lazy comic when you write a joke about the president and you've changed it 3 times for each different president. You just change the name.
That's just a timeless joke. It works no matter who's there.
You just change the name, right? Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, you have a joke that started out with Carter. Now you're on Obama. Well, where to next, guys?
Well, this whole week is kind of running around doing a bunch of press stuff.
Yeah.
The highlight, obviously, being tonight.
Well, listen, I appreciate that.
Television debut.
Is it really?
It is, actually.
Well, no kidding.
You guys are great.
Thanks a lot.
Good work.
There's nowhere to go but up. And DirecTV, did you guys, 1 second, John, I'll just say, have the question, but I just want to ask before I forget. Do you guys put stuff out on vinyl? Because you got your voice is perfect for that. I got to say, I'd love to hear it on vinyl.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us as people who actually buy music, I mean, every once in a while we'll be on the road and I'm just desperate to hear something, so I'll buy it on iTunes. But
right.
This is the goofiest.
That's a Flowbee. That's a Flowbee.
Yeah. But in general, yeah, I buy pretty much everything I buy on vinyl because now it comes with additional little like card, so you get the record, all the awesome artwork,
right,
and then you can just put in this code and then you have it on your whatever.
And
MP3
every
player,
album you've done and will do, you do that. Put an album vinyl.
Yeah.
That's great. That's another lost art is the cover art. You know, it's like a poster. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the name of the album, Essential Tremors,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that, being the neurological disorder or whatever. So that's something that you've been dealing with your whole life, or is this a...
Kinda, yeah. I mean, dealing with it's a little extreme. I mean, it's just something that is there.
But your hands shake or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And that's called Essential
why-
Tremors? And
Yeah.
so that's why it's cool, the whole little rubber
That's called being
flibberty-doo in your
catheterized.
hand.
Yeah.
What about the... I heard you have a good story about Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, it might be a low caliber Matthew McConaughey story. I only have the one, and I've only heard this one. So
Put it this way, it'll be the first one I've ever heard. So
yeah, well, basically we were out. I guess we were recording when this happened.
Yeah.
You guys
we
are in
went to
Texas.
LA.
Are you from Texas?
I'm from Tennessee.
All right.
He's from Texas.
All
That
right.
was my first mistake. I kind of thought I could relate to him and like
Right,
being a Southerner.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds good already. Go ahead.
Texas and the rest of the South are two different.
Yeah.
Well, Texas and anything else are two different things.
Right. So we're in LA. I'm about to lose my mind because I hate LA. LA is like the exact opposite
Dude,
place
I
I would want to be. Good Lord. Very dry in here. Very dry.
That's the humor. That's the unique brand of humor, John.
So we go see the show, and one of our buddies is playing, and they're like, hey, you want to come to the after party? Here's a pass. Just go upstairs once the room clears out. So we go up there, and it's all just LA types kind of looking around the room, seeing who is the most important person. And I see one lone character just like dipping his mitts in the curry, like no, just full weird monkey claws.
Really?
And like, I'm like, who's this guy? So I go over and it ends up being Matthew McConaughey. And
Noxious.
like, yeah, and then like so he's just sitting there kind of not looking at anybody, just kind of.
Hey, dude, ain't it good to be? Ain't it great to be good looking?
Yeah.
Get away with this.
Yeah, so he's just filling his beak with sog paneer or whatever it was.
What a dirtbag.
And, and so we start talking. And I don't know. I relate to him that I don't like LA, and, you know. And he's like, "Well, there you go, man. You know the game. You just gotta laugh." I'm like, sorry. I'm like, thank you, Sensei.
You know the game.
Yeah.
That's three models will give him oral. Like, yeah, you know, you gotta just ride out the tough times.
Yeah. So he goes, hey, you want to go to the bar? And I think I was driving, so I wasn't drinking anyway. So I was like, okay, yeah. And then he like does like a, I don't know, cattle whistle and like,
Right.
and like 40 guys show
Nice.
up,
Right.
and they go up and they all order tequila. And I thought it was an open bar, it was an after party, you know, and not an open bar. And they order like 24 shots of Patron
On
or
your
whatever it was.
tab?
No.
Yes. So the guy, the bartender finally is like, oh, that's, you know, $200, which was my entire food budget for like
What a
2 weeks.
scumbag.
And he just kind of like looks at me like, you got to drink with me, bro. Like, you know. So I'm like,
You've been McConaughey.
yeah. So I mean
Oh, man.
that's kind of the lead up to the gravy. It was worth the investment because I've enjoyed this part of the story so many times. But
Right.
I realize he and all of his friends have on the same exact shirt. It's like a Walmart button up with like a little thing on it. And I'm like, what? Why do you guys all have this on? You know? He's like, you see this right here? And he points at like a stick figure that's embroidered in it. He's like, that's the last picture ever taken of my dad. I was like, oh,
God.
okay. He's like, see those letters? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's the first thing I said when I heard he had died. I'm like, what's that? Just keep living. I'm like, why would you say that when your dad died? That's a really weird thing to say.
So you were a stupid kid.
Yeah, and then he goes, became my motto. It's my company. Became the very first line of my very first movie. Dazed and confused, and like when he bowed, and like all his friends start clapping.
He did
and I'm
not
like,
bow.
I swear to you, he bowed, and like they all started. They're like, oh yeah, he was in that movie. Like, they're very happy about
You
it.
know what? You know what? I hate to admit this. The movie's great, and he's great in it. I hate admitting it.
It's true.
I mean, he's sucked in everything else since, but he is great. And he bowed. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you see me doing dirty work?
I would applaud for that.
Wow. That's
Man.
That is
Awesome.
astonishingly great.
Yeah.
Well, when I was on the Howard Stern show, Rob Schneider came in. He did a movie with Steven Seagal, And this
That
is
sounds
a
amazing.
story I've told him a bunch of times, but Rob told us a story on the air. It was so great. He said he went to the trailer the first day of shooting to meet Seagal or talk to him. And Seagal comes out with a como on or a kimono out of a trailer, bathroom. And he looks at him, and before he says hi or anything, he goes, Rob, I just read the greatest screenplay of all time. And Rob Schneider said, my God, who wrote it again? I did. Without an ounce of irony or just like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, was there any chance he was goofing around or being ironic? No, he was bowing.
I mean, they were all wearing a shirt. It was the most elaborate prank on someone they didn't know if that whole
And
night
all
was
his
spent.
buddies have to wear that shirt.
They were all wearing the shirt. They were all riding around in a Sprinter together.
Dude, if his father ever came back, he'd probably slap him silly. Oh, my God. Like, if your friend becomes a movie star, you can hang. But there's a uniform.
Yeah.
There's a uniform you're going to have to get fitted for.
No, they didn't have to get fitted. It was just like a terribly baggy, gross, like straight from Walmart shirt.
You're going to wear this.
Yeah.
And you know what? If he's your friend, you wear it because, at some point, it doesn't matter what you look like. At some point during the night, he's going to step on a vagina landmine, and you're going to get hit with some shrapnel. No matter what. Like, he's just going to bang everything. And one of the smoking hot 10s he's with might fall onto your penis. God, I wish we could say whatever we want on satellite. That would have been such a funnier line. But at some point, like, you wear whatever. Like, if he said, you can hang, you got to wear this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is it? I'll wear it. But yeah,
It's like a backup shirt because he most of the time doesn't have one on. So every once in a while he needs a shirt to get into a place.
Matthew, listen, it's Chad. I'm ready to go out tonight. Listen, the dad dying shirt's in the wash. Can I wear what you said at your high school graduation shirt? Can I say what you said to your mom at your graduation shirt? No, I don't. No, I don't have the advice you gave to your sister's shirt. Please. Like everything he said that he thinks profound has its own shirt. No, I don't have the turtleneck vows for your wedding shirt. It's in the wash. I told you, buddy. I told you, Nat is quote from about my dad dying shirt. Get with it.
It's such a weird thing to say after anyone has died. Like,
Dude, that's
just
the
keep
best.
living doesn't make any sense at all. And then to make your whole life like.
How old was he when he died?
I don't want to make fun of a guy's dad dying.
No,
But it's like,
but he's opening the door to it. It'd be great if he was 26 or something. That's but thank you for telling me that story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was great.
I thought the Seagal
he's very
story,
muscular, so if I ever see him again, he probably just put a hole
we
right
could
through my
take him. He's
face.
one of those surfing muscular guys. Dude, everybody muscular can't fight, believe me. Buscetti would take him in 2 minutes over there. But he's that is just. I thought the Seagal story, like, I did.
That's an amazing story. I wish they were the same person and had. That was like continuing.
In some ways, you are, but the fact that he's got a shirt, he's making his buddies wear a shirt to hang with him.
That's very weird. You can't get in the Sprinter without the.
There are certain.
shirt.
There's a couple of huge celebrities I've met in my life through this, being in the business. And, I have the kind of fame where it's a comics fame. It's still CD level list fame. So I have the fun thing of kind of being famous and enjoying that a little bit, kind of. But also, I'm still very much on the outside. I'm an outsider of showbiz. So I get to, observe like we are right now. I go, well, look at, I sign autographs too, but not on this level.
Right.
And I get to look as a fan still.
Yeah.
I love stories like that. So you get access to some amazing stories. And I've hung out with some very famous people. I won't say their names because I like them, but who have friends of theirs in their entourage, And Mark Wahlberg wrote a show about an entourage.
Yeah.
And it really is. Not that the guy's being a jerk. Like, there's no other way for it to look. Like, these people look pathetic. Like, there's no, they don't want to work. They want to hang and be on the payroll. And they're there because they want to hang out with somebody who they think they can trust, really is a crazy
He has broken
phenomenon.
their trust with that shirt, though.
I told you, it's not the first thing I said at a swim meet. It's not. That's a winter shirt. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about making that a parka.
I like that it's like become very feminine and sort of like instead of being like this, now it's just now it's gonna be a parka.
It's a parka now. I know. I'm becoming Paula Dean. Oh, hey, it's a parka. Well, guys, that was worth it right there. Put that on the album. Again, guys, amazing stuff. J. Roddy Walston and The Business, and we just heard 2 songs, Black Light and Heaven Bells, from what used to be a great album, Essential Tremors, your new album. Is that your newer album?
That's the new album. It came out last week.
Essential Tremors. I'm going to grab it. Everybody should grab it. And you guys at J. Roddy Walston, what are the social media?
Longest website ever. Just
Yeah,
put
okay.
in as many possible letters in any combination, and that's us.
J. Roddy Walston, J. period, capital letter Roddy Walston, and the business. Just Google that and you'll find it. Guys, come back anytime. That was great.
Thank you.
And back with more of the Artie Lange Show after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.